following preview has been rated Good Bad by the Good, the Bad, and the Weird podcast. Please check out the full episode when it releases on Sunday. I'm Nico.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to our new short segment that we are calling our previews. In the past year, we've gotten busier, but we've also know everyone else has busy lives, especially with everything opening back up and everyone having to do stuff and life just gets busy. And not everyone has time for our super long reviews.
Yes.
I'm not saying that we don't suggest listening to them, but
if you want to watch what we're potentially talking about before we actually get to it.
Yes. And we're busy people too. I mean, definitely what we're trying to do is the previews are going to be a very condensed 5, 10, maybe 15 minute-ish review and summary of our thoughts. Just to wet your whistles for the deeper thoughts on the episode.
Especially if it's a movie you haven't heard of before.
Exactly. Or, hell, if you've seen it a million times and you don't want to listen to a bunch of nerds, or two nerds, spend 2 hours talking about a movie.
Fair.
And our first preview, Hercules in New York.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's debut premiere as Hercules. Is he shirtless most of the time? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Is that mostly the plot of this movie? Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I mean, it is...
Do you want to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger fight a man in a bear costume?
Yeah.
That is, in fact, the movie.
Man, it is odd. I mean, Hercules is a movie Hercules in New York's from 1970. I mean, it's an action comedy fantasy film. It's very low budget.
Very low budget. You're not going to recognize, with the exception of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and maybe if you're an old person like me, Arnold Steng, you're not going to recognize most of these people.
No.
That's okay. You don't care.
Yeah, and...
Is the writing bad?
Oh, God. The writing is so bad. And on top of that, like, it's not just bad. It is stiff, and it's like watching a toddler argue with their parent.
Yes, it is discombobulating. The dialogue makes no sense. But... it's fun.
Oh, God, it's fun.
It's really fun. And not just in we like bad movies fun, which does help. But, like, in a genuine, like, I'm going to force my friends to watch this, it's so bad.
Oh, yeah. And not just friends, I'm going to make nephews and nieces watch this bullshit.
Because despite being a bad movie, because normally our bad movies are not niece and nephew friendly.
No. I have so much stuff that I have to lock up.
Yeah, same. It's in a different cupboard now. But,
Good.
But this is one of the ones where, like, anybody could watch this. And granted, they're probably not going to love it like we do. But they are going to have a good time watching it. It's funny.
Yeah. Well, and, I mean, there's just so much... Well, that's the weird thing, is there's so much, but there's not a lot to it.
Yes. The plot is a little bit all over the place, but also not. Honestly, like, maybe a page worth of real plot if you condense it down.
The plot is Arnold Schwarzenegger flexing.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Arnold flexing. And
just, everything is just, everyone is dumb in this movie.
Yes. Insufferably dumb. But because they're all dumb, it kind of flows.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, but it does flow.
Yeah, there's just something to it that makes it special.
It does make it special. And then knowing that A, it's low budget, and B, they filmed the entire thing in New York City, some of which was without a permit, really does bring a level of charm to this.
Yeah. Because
you do now forgive it for the random car honking noises in the background.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the great thing about this one is it's fun every now and then to find inconsistencies in movies, but this one is just so chock full of them that it's hard to keep up.
It is impossible to keep up. But because of that, you just kind of like a first time stand-up comedy show, you just kind of go with the flow and it ends up being a good time.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't think I've ever been to a stand-up comedy show.
We gotta go sometime. They're so much fun.
I'm down.
The third margarita is the key point.
I will not be third margarita drunk at.
Okay, you can have a half margarita and I will be at 3 margaritas.
Yeah. I don't know. there's just I can't describe this movie too much without ruining some of the review for it. Just
yes, because honestly, like it is not a deep movie.
no,
but
we tried in parts.
We did, and I googled this multiple times, but there's just not a lot on this. But that's okay.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. So yeah, definitely check out our full episode Sunday.
And if you can get your hands on this movie, I definitely recommend you give it a watch.
Yeah, and let us know if the previews get you interested. Hell, we might make them longer in the future. This is more of a rough formatting for us to figure it out and test the waters.
Yeah, and let us know what you're looking for when you want people to pitch a movie to you.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Because for me, I don't want you to pitch it to me. It's got to be my idea, damn it.
Yeah, or you gotta steal the idea, because we have a movie that I'm doing research for down the line that they ripped off a bunch of stuff.
That's my favorite kind, plagiarism.
But they did it in the architecture form of plagiarism,
where it's fancy.
Inspired and borrowed from.
I love architectural plagiarism, which is a nice way of saying I like you.
Well, and this movie feels very much like that towards Greek and Roman mythology.
Good.
But yeah, so if you want to hear my on-spot, perfect, unfallible Arnold Schwarzenegger accent Sunday.
Which doesn't sound anything at all like a German Nazi person.
Not at all. Check us out Sunday when we review Arnold Schwarzenegger in New York City.
Or as he's credited, Arnold Strongman.
Hercules in New York.
Yeah.
But see you then.